Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Elias here with Weekly Wrestling Heat. We're back for another episode, a special Tuesday episode before we hit up AEW Rampage and Dynamite Grand Slam. We're just here to talk about that. It's going to be interesting.
Quick little streams to be fun to talk about predictions for once and not, just the week that we passed over.
Yeah, no, right. Last week was pretty cool. We'll see what happens. We'll talk more about it on Friday. We'll be back on Friday with our regular episode. We'll talk about everything that's happened. We'll talk post Grand Slam thoughts. AEW, NXT 2.0, Raw, because Raw was actually interesting this week. So we'll actually talk about that on Friday at 7 p.m. So be there, join us and everything. Anyways. So Grand Slam is tomorrow. What is your level of excitement, Angel?
Oh, you don't even need to ask me how excited I am for this show, man. It's literally, it feels like another pay-per-view event.
It kind of is in a sense.
Yeah, every match on that card is something to look forward to. On top of that, this was originally planned to be reported to have originally been Danielson's actual debut. So even that excitement alone was enough to start selling more and more of these tickets. Now he's actually going to wrestle on it. Come on.
I think this card itself has a lot of potential to be a great card. I'm interested in the main event, which will be Kenny Omega versus Brian Danielson. Sorry, I'm still trying to get used to calling him Brian Danielson instead of Daniel Bryan. Speaking of which, Brian Danielson wrote a letter today thanking WWE, which I thought was pretty well written from the heart. I thought that, it showed that, you can leave WWE on a good note, and you can still do things amicably, which is pretty good. I enjoyed reading it. It's a good read as a wrestling fan. You enjoy seeing stuff like that. But yeah, let's get into it. What are we talking about first? Looking at the card, it looks to be pretty stacked. CM Punk is doing their interview before his match on Friday at Rampage. We'll also talk about in a minute. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be interesting. It's probably going to lead to a show off between the Taz crew and Team Taz and him, and probably you're going to have some help to try to prevent him from getting whooped again like last time.
Yeah, for sure. I'm assuming it's Christian and the friends. I'm dubbing them the Super Friends. Because characters along with Christian kind of leading them around. Which will be good. I do know Ricky Starks did an interview recently where he didn't quite say that he was going to have a fight with CM Punk, but I'm pretty sure that's where this would all lead to. That's what I would think. He just said he can't wait to talk against them. That'll be something to look forward to. We haven't even seen Ricky Starks look at him yet. And
I think that's
Taz and Hobbs, and I think it's by design, and that's really good to see.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much gonna enjoy that little thing, whatever happens between them, because I've known about Ricky Starks for a while now. I was there when he was doing the indies in Houston. He's gotten real good on the mic. His persona itself, the persona he plays on screen, is really pretty much him 24/7. And I think that's one good thing that I like about AEW. So, it's one of those things that was pretty cool to see and to watch, and seeing the evolution of Ricky Starks. So I'm pretty excited about that when that happens. But
so that's why that's more what I see the segment being, kind of just leading into the Hobbs match.
I think he's gonna go through Hobbs. I think he's gonna go through, and then I'm interested to see Hook, to see if he actually gets in the ring and wrestles.
I don't think he wrestles yet, but he looks the part. I can't wait for him to wrestle eventually.
Yeah, hopefully he impresses like Dominic Mysterio did Sometimes second
generation
wrestlers are kind of disappointing. Not gonna say names, but I mean Dominic is decent, but he's still got a lot to work on.
Yeah, well, look at that. Yeah, we're live. But what is he talking about? Come on, Moise.
I don't know.
Dude, okay. Next, sorry.
Then we got MJF versus Brian Pillman. This build has actually been pushing the limit of what you call in wrestling on pushing the limit on shit.
Oh, it's pushed a few limits for sure. But MJF didn't say that without having Pillman agree. I mean, stuff like that is.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, when you pray, when you say you're a religious man and you pray to down there, instead of praying up, you pray down. Then yeah, it says a lot. And then him with his family, and then playing along with the storyline, even though his Pillman's sister did go into labor, that added a little extra excitement to it. But what are your thoughts on this match? Who do you think is going to win?
MJF has to win, I think, and that doesn't hurt Pillman in any way. Just MJF needs to get some more heat back on him. I'll be more interested in what happens a little bit after, because MJF's got to go another direction. I don't want him going towards any titles or anything yet. I think you've got to start reattaching him back more with the Pinnacle. It feels like all these people have kind of separated a little bit more from each other, which I mean, I know you were maybe you weren't complaining. I know a couple of people in our chats have been complaining about there's almost too much faction connection, and they've definitely separated it to the point it's like, why are they really still a faction?
Well, even the inner circle, like when you look at the inner circle, they've gone and done their own thing. PMP has done their own thing. Hager and Jericho are doing their own thing, and now Sammy's going toward after the TNT title. Mm-hmm. So here's my prediction.
Go ahead.
Here's a bold prediction. I think that Sammy will be the one that they throw in Miro. Okay. And then we're probably going to end up seeing that program that we've been wanting to see between him and MJF.
Yeah. I mean, do you do that right away and have MJF? Because you don't want Sammy to lose it quickly.
No, I think they're going to hold it off for a little minute. They're going to tease it, and then eventually they're going to lead to it. Which
give MJF something else, and then eventually lead to that. Yeah, for sure. I can see that. Something maybe with the Wardlow at some point after that.
Too. Well, I think that Wardlow thing is coming to an end. So I think here's a maybe an interesting prediction, but I think that if Pillman wins, I think that we're going to see the detachment. Wardlow is going to be the one that causes the loss, and that's what's going to start the detachment of MJF and Wardlow. Which will lead to that match, which MJF should win, or MJF could win. If they're gonna, but it doesn't really. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt Wardlow more.
Wardlow would have to win that. I think if he's gonna be breaking away, he has to really win that and break away properly. So I don't know. It feels like it's almost going. It could go a bunch of different ways, but everything feels almost too soon when we start booking it. But they'll
so
figure
it's like,
it out,
Yeah, so it's like right now with AEW, they're in an interesting place where these homegrown stars, because let's be honest with it, MJF, Ricky Starks. I'm still up in arms about Ricky because Ricky was NWA.
He's a homegrown guy, bro. Don't even try.
I don't know.
And I like his reason. Did you hear his reasoning since you brought it up? I know we wanted to focus on
I did, and I liked it. I respected it.
Okay.
So I can consider it I can consider him a homegrown talent, even though he did go to NWA first. But NWA kind of didn't let him break out of his shell as much as he has with AEW. So I feel like he has honed his talent and gotten better on the mic and gotten better in the ring. Even though we haven't seen him wrestle for a little minute, but I feel like he's gotten way better being teamed up with Team Taz now that they've broken away from Brian Cage. Then now I feel like they're starting to spotlight the right people with them. With Ricky Starks and then Hobbs having this whole thing with CM Punk and being able to do that. I think that's a good thing that they're doing. They're taking a good direction with that. But
sure.
this back to the match, I think this one's going to be kind of one of those underlooked matches that might actually end up still in the show, because as much as I hate to admit it, MJF is kind of like the newer version of the Miz. He can so cause controversy on the mic and get the heat, and in the ring they're still kind of neck and neck, in my opinion. I just think that MJF has him in the Miz.
Okay.
But here's the but. I think that MJF has a little bit more of a technical advantage over the Miz.
Okay, I didn't want to. I didn't want to point that out. Okay, yes.
No. That's just being real. Like, I feel like on the mic, if you were ever to have a crossover between WWE and AEW, the match I would want to see would be MJF versus the Miz, just to hear them on the mic.
On the mic would be cool. I don't know about
in the ring. In the ring,
it's actually pretty good. The ring, actually, now that I think about it. I mean, it's heel and heel ish.
But here's the thing about it: the Miz has always been able to put on good matches.
Himself.
Yeah. So that's one thing that the Miz has over that. At the same time, MJF, like I said, has more of a technical advantage over the Miz.
Yeah.
Which
very methodical. Like I said, I like it. He definitely feels like he's a very old school guy. I see why he teams with FTR, like, in that respect. He's 23, I think, right?
Yeah. 22, so 23.
And he looks like the old school heel type of wrestler. Slow it down, super methodical. He can go, like we saw in the match against Jungle Boy. I think that was 2 years ago or whatever it was.
Yeah,
but
even the match with Jericho, he still showed that he has the ring psychology on log.
Yeah.
As much as people hate him, the dude is good in the ring and he's good on the mic. And him pushing the limit on the mic is really what sets him apart right now from a lot of people.
Yeah, reason I like this match, and we can move on, especially with Pillman, pushing Pillman more as a big super baby face, or good guy, whatever you want to call him. In AEW, they don't really have as noticeable heel baby faces.
Mm-hmm.
Putting anyone against MJF immediately makes them a super baby face. You were there when we saw the match in Houston. Like, we were pretty interested in the match with him, but as soon as he comes out, just the super boos that he gets, just automatically anything. And nobody else in that company gets that, to where it's just the hated loud boos. There's some WWE guys that were sitting behind me, and it was very much WWE guys. I can tell you, because I was listening to them. They were drunk. They were like, "Oh wow, that's how this guy is." And I was like, "Yeah, just get ready for him to come out and talk." And they told me that he was probably their favorite part of that night. So but anyone that comes out against him just immediately gets super babyface reactions.
And he knows that. And the good thing, here's the thing about him being so young and him having this match with Brian Pillman. I think he regardless of how the outcome of this match is, he's still going to find a way to put over Pillman. And that's something that is rare about a person that young.
Super young,
even Sammy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even Sammy still could put on good matches, but a lot of it he takes the spotlight away from the other person. With MJF, he made Jungle Boy look so good that So it's just gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be low key one of the underrated matches on the card, but I'm pretty sure people are gonna be happy with whatever happens, regardless of the result.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what's next?
FTR with Tully Blanchard versus Sting and Darby Allin. This one came rather quickly.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
A little bit, kind of.
It's definitely been. I don't want to say it's been building. It really hasn't. But I mean, I would say 3 weeks though. Actually, now think about it.
But typically when you look, as far as like interaction wise, it's been 2 weeks. Like where they actually had like full interactions.
Little tease, week, and then
so like the build hasn't been as strong as you would typically like with FTR.
You know what I wonder, and I'll just throw this ring in the hat, or hat in the ring, if you will. I wonder if they didn't know if Cash was gonna. come back quite as quickly as he did.
And that's another reason why I say that the match, that the build up to this match hasn't been as perfect as we would want it to be because of that. But I'm still excited for this.
Yeah,
I can see, for me, I still kind of like Sting can still go in the ring, but it's like when Sting's in the ring, he slows down the tempo of the match to match his they slow down the tempo of the match to go with his flow.
But I think that fits perfect with FTR, and they're probably oh my god, they're probably so super ecstatic about this match. I can see FTR winning.
I can actually see them winning too.
Holy does something to distract Sting of some form, and just that's how they win. I don't know if they can do the big rig on him. That's a tough little bump.
They did the pile driver already on him. So
the big rig though is lift him in the air, come down on the knees into the chest. I don't know if I want to see a 62-year-old Sting taking that. Pile driver I might be okay with, but not the big rig. So
I think,
but that's what I think it would go.
I think if anybody takes the pin on the Sting Darby side, it will be Darby.
Wow, you think they pin Darby? I mean, that'll be 2 big pins in a row on Darby.
But being that he just came off the CM Punk loss, on the flip side, just playing devil's advocate here, I think that this is going to be Darby and Sting's match.
Okay.
Because I don't think they would want them to.
This is on Rampage though, isn't it? Or do they?
No, it's on Dynamite.
Do they move it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's saying, I'm looking at directly at AEW's website here.
Okay. I thought this was on. I thought it was being advertised for that. Oops. Well, either way, it'll be a good match. I know.
I still worry about Sting, so that worry, some person of Sting getting his neck broken is still there with me because of his age. But that's what any older wrestler, like even when Flair got involved in the triple threat, I was like, oh man, I hope they don't kill the guy. Even Art Anderson taking that black mass was like I could tell he still takes a bump. Like same thing with Tully when he wrestled. Like they got in it, and I was like, all right, they're still they show they can still go. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens, but I think this one's split down the middle for me. It could go either way. I don't think they would want to give Darby a loss 2 weeks in two big events in a row, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do lose against FTR.
Yeah, I kind of hope they do. So, because then you also got Proud and Powerful match to set up. You don't want FTR losing because that's a match. Go ahead.
Well, I honestly want to see Lucha Bros versus PMP for the titles. That's that match.
But it's the same thing, man. I don't want that match too soon because I don't want Proud and Powerful to lose.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If it came that quick, so
yeah. All right, moving on. Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black.
I'm so scared for this match. Of all the matches on this card, and I love Cody. I super love Cody, but Malachi, you don't. This story is kind of built like in a perfect world. This storyline is built for Cody to win. It really is.
Yeah.
But I just don't want him to.
Well, I'll agree with this one because what happens if Malachi loses his match? He comes on, he's been looking pretty strong for the past since he's debuted. He took out Cody in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So if this comes back and then Cody wins, it kind of what does it do for Malachi? Does it help him or does it hurt him?
I mean, it's gonna be like, and I don't like bringing it up because of it's almost that same time frame, but this is almost literally what happened with Brody.
Yeah,
Brody came in super squashed, probably the best squash match of AEW's entire history. That match against Cody, and then eventually Cody comes back and
gets the title.
Gets the title right back. And the storyline, though, like if this was anyone else, Cody would probably be getting the win, just based off of the story. But then he's also got to promote the new shows coming on. Rhodes to the Top is coming. So
next week.
Yeah. So I mean, my heart is saying Malachi, but I think Cody. Man, no, he doesn't mess this up, man. Malachi. There's no way Cody's gonna. He knows. He's reading. I've been seeing his tweets. He knows Malachi needs to win this.
If I am going Malachi because of the fact that I have that glimmer of hope that they don't WWE him, and this comes like from a pro WWE person, but this is kind of the trend that has been happening with people that have jumped ship from WWE to AEW, kind of. Like they'll get started off strong, and then a AEW original will come and dethrone them, or take the momentum.
Miro was the opposite.
Sort of,
yes.
Sort of. Miro came in and was kind of lost in the shuffle for a minute, but now that he's found his footing, he's been booked strong as hell, and I like that.
Yeah.
But this one, they kind of booked themselves into what I call booked themselves into a corner, because of the fact that this one, you built this guy so strong that him taking a loss could affect them in a short term, because you could always rebuild them. But at the same time, like if you have him lose to the person that he lost to, that he beat in less than 5 minutes and demolished in less than 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, D-Star. He's a super beast, but I'm happy he got let go. Just sorry, I know we're getting distracted there, but
no, that's fine.
We wouldn't have gotten this God's favorite champion thing anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure WWE would have found something to do with him, but at the end of his WWE run, he wasn't being utilized correctly. He was being. I felt bad for him, like him having to see his wife fucking do like
what you just said.
Yeah, like it's just
kind of degrading. But yeah. I'm glad that he is where he is and he's doing what he's doing. So, but yeah, no. The other thing about the match, and we can move on unless you have more stuff. But Malachi if he wins, where does he go to next? Also, like eventually that's leading to a Kenny match, maybe an Omega match, or is this where you're debuting Buddy? Or Murphy, I guess is what he's going by Murphy, I think now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's maybe where you lead it down. Malachi
or
Murphy shows up. I don't know.
Or Bray Wyatt shows up.
Bray, you know what? I hate thinking this, but there's a reason the Dark Order is doing something. There's a reason they're having so much infighting, and everything on commentary is talking about they don't have a leader. They don't have a leader.
It could be him, but my thoughts
for sure. I don't think he would do it. I'm just saying.
But my thoughts are that Hangman comes back and gets the group together.
Yeah, but Hangman doesn't want to be the leader.
But what if he ends up like coming back with a new attitude and it's like, well, you know what? These are my friends that have been here for me for the longest, and they the storyline with them is kind of like he left to try to find himself, I guess, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Or to do his own thing, and now he comes back. He could probably bring that saving grace to the Dark Order, because with Bray Wyatt coming in, it's going to be a dark character. It's going to be like you might not see that Firefly Funhouse, Bray. So it'll take the Dark Order to a different avenue.
Yeah,
because even when they were the Dark Order with Brody, R.I.P. He still had that comedic value, and backstage with the bits that they did on BTE, the stuff that they did, it always brought that comedic stuff that made you appreciate the other side of the Dark Order. They can go in the ring, but at the same time, it's like it was that. So I think if they were to push Heyman coming back and uniting the Dark Order and becoming the true leader for them, it wouldn't be a true leader, because like they said, there's really Brody is always going to be the leader.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's just the uniter. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, the uniter. So
okay,
I think that has a lot of potential. But I at the same time, if they're gonna allow Bray or Wyndham come back and then do his own thing and actually still have that comedic value, which would add like the Firefly Funhouse type of Bray, that would work with them too. So that's my thoughts on that. All right, so AEW Women's Championship match: Britt Baker, DMD versus Ruby Soho.
Oh, best segment on Rampage last week.
Yes,
fire.
This and I put
the best thing.
And I put this in our chat. This is what happens when you give AEW the women the time to do stuff. Like it shows how much potential their roster has, and if this match, I think is going to be the one that steals the show because Ruby Soho can go in the ring.
Yep.
And I think her working with Britt will take Britt to another level as well. I don't think Ruby wins unless they do something pull weird. That swerve, but they pull that swerve and she does win. But I think that Britt will probably keep it for probably to the next pay-per-view.
I could see that, but more than anything else, I hope this. She's so over, Britt is, but I kind of want her to be booed. I like that idea of her actually being booed. Like, and Ruby has been the closest person to get that done. Yeah, the whole DMD thing. Someone's got to do something with that to make it like a make fun of it almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what you do. There's got to be something, that you can do. But like when she does it, maybe down like kind of like how Kurt Angle, right? Like the "you suck" thing. You got to make fun of this in some way, and somebody in that women's division's got to develop that to make it.
And what's funny
when she does.
I think the line that kind of the two lines that stood out from both of them from Britt was, hey, you've been sitting in catering, or you got you got fired. You didn't run away. You got fired. And then her saying like, yeah, well, you're pretty much like the standard, woman I work with, stuck up, blah blah blah, and banging some dude in the back. Like that was like Britt, like you kind of saw like Britt's face just be like, holy shit, she threw out a bomb.
Britt has never on the mic yet in this company been fought against like that. Like Thunder Rosa's cool, right? She talks big but she doesn't attack you. And Ruby went for the jugular in this promo segment, and she got over just with this one segment. I mean, she's over, but she's super baby faced, and against Britt, that's hard to do in this company.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, because I mean that's like you got a literally day one homebred champion that literally has been built from the start, has a baby face that wasn't working, and they turned her heel. And when she took that heel role, she took off. Yeah, like she ran with it. So I'm pretty excited about this match. I think this will be the one that steals the show. I really was hoping that they would have made this the main event, but I understand the we're about to talk about. Yeah, how can you? Yeah,
but for the record, Britt I think is winning as well.
I think Britt is going to win. And if by any chance they do have her drop the title to Ruby, I wouldn't be mad at all. I think this would be.
I'll say the next kind of feud that I foresee afterwards. Ruby's going to go do something with someone, and it'll be fantastic. Right?
Yeah.
But Britt, I think there's got to be something with Jamie Hayter that's just already built in there, and that can be what turns Britt officially. But she's getting cheered. Yeah. You need to do something.
And I think this, as much as she's getting cheered, I think this would be the time to pull the trigger on a face turn. And I think she'll be one of the biggest faces in the company still.
Easily. So, yeah.
All right. Main event of Grand Slam. Kenny Omega versus Brian Danielson.
Elias. This match. It's going to be so good.
I don't want Brian Danielson to lose his first match.
It's going to be a tie. That's what I'm going for. They've had one, maybe two ties in the entire company's history. And what more perfect of a way
I think I have a feeling they're gonna take this like the Okada
yes.
I wouldn't say the trilogy, but the quadrupleness, or I think they had 4 matches.
Quadrilogy.
Quadrilogy. I think that this might actually go to the limit, no winner, and they'll run it back. But if Omega wins, it'll be because something dirty happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't think you want that in Danielson's first match. I see it going to a draw, and then something happens, and that's when you bring back Hangman. I think is what's gonna happen. I don't want to get my hopes up that happens because I still want that, because that next pay-per-view is Full Gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got to start getting that back up, and that'll be a cool little way to end the night. Well, for us at least, in the night. But yeah, the most logical thing is a draw in my head.
What if? And here's the what if.
What real quick, D-Star, if you're still here, what are you thinking about that? Go ahead.
What if Brian Danielson wins the title? I don't think anybody would be mad.
Hangman?
Yeah.
Well, obviously this match isn't for the title.
Is it?
No, it's not. Danielson said, I don't want the title. I can't challenge you. He's like, I understand I can't challenge you for the title. I don't have any wins. Right now, this is just about who's a better wrestler. I think he proves that in the match, right? Like the technical side, he's way above Omega. Way above. Air quotes, everyone. But
I think he is.
I'm talking about like
Mark
the story. But Omega is still a better wrestler, again, air quotes, and he can still dominate the match in some form, another way, pure aggression. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So,
because this is the first time. Since this isn't a title match. I think that there's many possibilities of what could happen. I think I'm thinking if it does go to a draw, it's probably going to go to a 30-minute to an hour. I think it's going to be a 30-minute match.
I mean, looking at this card, I would say you've got 10 minutes MJF Pillman, if you're lucky.
15 at the most.
I would say 10. Maybe you've got 15 in the tag match. Hopefully just a 10-minute match on the Rhodes Black, right? Maybe some stuff happens afterwards. That's the first 30 minutes right there. Am I right? Roughly.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they're going to have like filler segments and all that will lead into the second hour.
And that gives you 15 minutes for the women match.
I would say they're going to go 20 on that one.
So 20, and then you fill another 10 minutes with CM Punk and whatever breaks you need there. And then you got 30 minutes left for Omega Danielson.
I think this
TV time
remaining. Yeah.
You know what? What if they go off the air without there being a winner?
That could be a possibility too. AEW has done weird stuff before. So
that'd be cool. We'll see. But
we'll see. But
I think tie.
Yeah, I honestly think this might. If my pick is Brian.
Okay.
But this is just saying because I think they're gonna kind of like try to set it up with like I beat you, so can I get a title match now? And they're in between that happening, they'll put Danielson against the Good Brothers or something, somebody.
Well, he needs to build up his record. That'll be the story. Yeah. Hey, no, you still can't. You still have to work for it. Blah blah. Just something heelish. But then I still don't want that because I want Hangman.
Everybody wants Hangman.
So
anyway.
All right. Well, we'll move on. So, overall, I think it's going to be a fantastic show. Probably lots of eyes on it, and it'll be fun. So next is Friday's Rampage. All right, we've got some pretty decently announced matches. Obviously there's the segment Punk on Dynamite. We'll start with that one. CM Punk versus Will Hobbs. Punk's definitely been looking forward to this match. I think he dropped Hobbs' name the first night.
Yeah.
So I know he's been looking forward to it, and he thinks highly of him, but I think he wins, of course. I wonder how. Hobbs is a big boy. How's he gonna get him up for the GTS?
I think he can get him up. I mean, he's gotten bigger people up. He looks more lean, and he looks more lean, and he looks stronger than he did when he was at WWE. So, so I think he could get him up. I think that's gonna be the holy shit moment of the night, in my opinion, if he picks him up.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the thing's gonna be. Is we can't get him up somehow. Hobbs works over his legs or something. I don't know. But did you see Punk's tweet recently? By the way, he put one out of a should I be wearing trunks or should I be wearing pants?
I kind of missed the trunks.
The trunks won. They were winning. It was like 70-30. I voted for the pants.
I don't know. I admit I really enjoy seeing the old CM Punk, but I understand the wanting to be different because even when he was doing our Ring of Honor, he was shorts. And then he went to trunks, and now he's going pants. So it's like it'll be interesting to see the evolution of Punk.
Yeah, I mean it'll be good. I mean, I guess you're thinking the same thing. Punk wins.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, and then probably some kind of segment after you get something going on, with everything like the Team Taz and the likes and the sorts. The next match what I think would be the next match would be Jericho Hager versus Paige and Sky.
I think there's gonna be a lot of fuckery with that one, and that's gonna be entertaining though. I think
I would look forward to it, man. It's weird.
I foresee American Top Team getting involved.
Oh yeah, and Hager. I don't know, and I put this on our group chat. I don't know why I didn't think of this as the America's Top Team thing. Hager is an MMA fighter, legit.
Yeah,
it makes so much sense to put him there against the America's Top Team thing. But even then, not Callous, Jesus.
He is annoying as Callous though.
What's his name?
Dan Lambert.
Lambert. So Lambert even brought up singing Judas in like one of the first promos. Like it was all leading to this. I don't know why we thought anything else. But I think Paige and Sky need to start getting built up, and they win. I guess Jericho takes the pin. I mean, you have Hager. You have a perfectly good Jake Hager standing there too, but you don't want him to get pinned in this top team thing. Right?
I think Jericho and Hager get the win, and then America's Top Team tries to assault them.
You got to build up Paige and Sky, I think. Right? Why are you putting all this effort behind them for having them lose?
I think we're not going to see. I think we're not going to see the end of the story. I think this is going to go on till probably full year.
Jericho Hager. Well, we'll see, obviously, but no, I think Paige and Sky win, and I think that very confidently too. So, but we'll definitely see. Any other thoughts are pretty good on that?
No, I agree with. I mean, it could in my opinion, it goes either way.
Gotcha. Then what should be the main event? I could see it opening though. Christian Cage, Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks and Adam Cole.
I think Young Bucks and
I think I gotta say Bebe after his name, right?
Yeah. I think that Adam Cole and the Young Bucks go. The Super Click gets the win.
Yeah. Man, and I love that it's Cole and the Young Bucks that are teaming up because Cole's gonna be breaking up. He's gonna be the fire, and I know we've mentioned it on our last stream, but he's the one who turns the Young Bucks back, and I could see it being something to do with Hangman because they've teased that a little bit. Adam Cole's like, "Hey, where's Hangman? Why isn't he around?" On BTE, in case you haven't been watching.
Yeah, no, I have, and I think when Hangman gets back, which I think adding Hangman back to the Grand Slam would be good because once he does that, they could actually build on it. And Adam Cole goes to Hangman and says, like, what happened since I left? Or since,
I've been gone for a while, but I mean, you got to explain it somehow, right? Like, oh, I've been out of the loop a little bit. You know, I was somewhere else. I don't know what's going on. It's been a while since we hung out. You know, something like that. Why are you hanging out with those? Why are you hanging out with those nerds? You know, he's gonna say something about Dark Order. But yeah, no, I think they win, and it'll be good. It's a good little Rampage card.
I'm actually interested in the demise of the Elite. Because I honestly thought that when Adam Cole debuted, he's gonna cost the Young Bucks the title or cause Omega the title.
And there's only one person left, so
yeah. So it's like this is he's the perfect catalyst to turn the Young Bucks face again.
Oh,
or sure. Keep him heel and turn Omega face.
No, Omega. He's just make him go crazy, man. Like, I lost this, I lost that. My friends left me. Like just something crazy. You know. It'll be a good story. I mean, this is supposed to be a 2-hour show, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a 2-hour show.
There's got to be some other stuff happening, right?
I don't think they've announced it yet. I think they're gonna use Dynamite to announce a couple of more matches. Usually it's 6 matches, unless they're gonna have a lot of segments, which we'll probably get in a women's match in there, probably a women's match or 2, hopefully, or we'll get another tag team or another match or segment in there.
Yeah, gotcha. It'll be a good show, and yeah, you're right. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, there's no women's thing announced. They are definitely going to have something.
Yeah. So either way, I think that's pretty much it. I think tomorrow and Friday is going to be interesting. You watched NXT today. What was your overall thoughts on it?
I mean, it's a show. There was some good stuff that I liked. Some stuff that was different than I expected. I liked. See, and I don't even know their names, so you're gonna have to help me on this. But what's her name? Coming out with Liga del Fantasma. Electra, yeah, she looks cool. I don't know if she's been there for a long time or not, but
so on that one, she debuted about a month ago.
Okay,
I would say about a month and a half ago. She was the one that helped. It was like the last episode before the reboot. Last episode before the reboot started. So about 2 weeks, about like 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
She got tied in with Legado because Hit Row had that Brianna. And she was basically the trump card that they had, where, like, you know, if things were going rough, she would jump in and help them. So this Legado's way of evening up the odds, which I like it. I like the pairing. I like the chemistry that her and Brianna have. And I think that's going to be a good match whenever we get it. I really hope this kind of turns out to be the first intergender War Games match with these 2 groups, because they have great chemistry. But yeah, we'll talk more about it next on Friday. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'll say that, and you know, I told you off camera, I liked the Ciampa Breaker,
the Braun
Breaker, right?
Yeah,
I liked their match. It probably needs to be said, Pete Dunne's a national treasure. The way he bends people is amazing, and I believe every little bend, everything that he does. And to see him work on someone who's so new like Breaker and still get that stuff over is really cool. I don't like that they're kind of teasing that Breaker's already going to try to. It's his second match in, and he's already trying to fight for the title. Like, I don't really like that as much, but
I think they got gold in this kid.
He looks the part. Yeah, easy. Yeah, you know, he's looks great.
As much as WWE doesn't want to admit it, he's a Steiner, and he looks like the old school Steiners. Like,
he's got the thing, you know.
He has the thing. He has a look and everything. Look.
Yeah.
So I'm still disappointed. I'm still disappointed they didn't let him keep his original name, which was rumored. Rex Steiner. I like the name. I'm kind of mad that they didn't let him keep his name, but I mean, whatever. I mean,
It's got to be licensing at this point with anything in this company. They need to start owning some of these names again.
Yeah, but that's the opposite side of it. You know what people gripe about. So it's like kind of like a double-edged sword in that aspect of things. So, I mean, that's what happens when you're the oldest company in second oldest, because NWA is the oldest living company right now.
Yeah.
So
but
yeah, overall, that's pretty much it. I we'll be back on Friday at 7:30 at the most, depending on schedules. But we'll be back this Friday with recapping NXT, recapping Grand Slam, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot to talk about Grand Slam. And we'll talk about Raw, because I actually was to bring up Raw in our conversation here in our group is a lot, says a lot. So watch the main event. I think you'll like it. I watched that in a 6-man tag team match. I think you'll like it. That's pretty much what we're going to talk about on Friday.
Cool. But lead into Rampage. That's what I'm calling it.
Yep. Our lead up into Rampage while I'm watching SmackDown while recording. But yeah, other than that, follow us on our social media pages. Weekly Wrestling Heat, Weekly Wrestling TV on Twitch. And that's pretty much it from me and Angel, Average Wrestling Fan. Follow him on YouTube, Average Wrestling Fan, and Grindstone on his Twitch channel for streaming for gaming.
Yeah,
Grindstone,
nice. Grindstone 11 HD. Which
there you go, Grindstone
11. I'm gonna be moving to YouTube for that.
Cool beans. So yeah. So either way, from everybody here, Weekly Wrestling Heat, we are out. Peace.